I'm not really sure how I want to actually say what I need to say, what I feel like I need to say. This isn't the type of video I would normally make, but I woke up this morning from a text message about 6:30 in the morning, my local time, Mountain Time, from my father saying, I hope you didn't go see Batman last night. What? Groggy, I wasn't going to be up at 6:30 anyway. I responded, what are you talking about? And then he went on to tell me about the news of the shooting at the movie theater in Aurora last night. I live in the area. Aurora is a town east of Denver, and I live in the town just west of Denver. I live in Lakewood, Colorado. And that movie theater shooting was, I don't know, 10-ish miles from my house. So he told me there was a shooting, and even before he said there was a shooting, I said, he replied and said, I hope you aren't on the casualties list. I guess he was crossing his fingers that I would respond, and I did respond and said, what are you talking about, what casualty list? And I thought, I wonder if there was a fire, and then immediately thought, oh my God, I hope it wasn't another shooting. Colorado has had a couple. We know about them. They're infamous. So I thought, oh man, I hope it's not another shooting. And then he replied, as I looked on my abcnews.com app on my phone and saw the main headline, shooting at movie theater in Aurora, Colorado, he replied, certain amount of people dead, 50 injured. And I was, oh my God, this is horrible. So I read the article, and what it looks like is a man came in the exit. He was wearing body armor and possibly, they said riot gear. I don't know what they consider riot gear. I've been in riot gear, and I don't know how somebody else would get it, but he had at least body armor on. Came in, popped gas, tear gas, and just started methodically shooting people. Pretty sick, pretty messed up. Horrible. He shot a lot of people. He injured a lot of people. I'm sure some injuries were caused from people stampeding out. But regardless, it was a horrible thing. Disgusting, evil, probably mental issues going on with this guy, because I can't imagine that you would do something like that without issues. Regardless, my immediate thought was, did they catch the guy? Continue reading the article, and yes, they caught him in the parking lot. Apparently, he had rifles with him. It was an early report, so there wasn't a whole lot of details on what he had on him, or really, I don't know a whole lot. All I know is a lot of people got hurt. Then my next question was, why didn't anybody stop him? I wanted to read a paragraph in there that said, Tim Bob Jones stood up from the back row and returned fire. Or he laid down and played dead until the guy walked by and he shot him in the head. That paragraph never came. Why? I don't understand why people do not arm themselves, and it really, really upsets me, because a lot of people once again got hurt. Not because of guns. Nobody was hurt last night in Aurora, Colorado because of guns. They were hurt because of a crazy person. That person got themselves weapons. I don't know if it was legally or illegally, probably legally. Regardless. And they did harm. These guns, I have guns sitting here. I've got a bunch of guns sitting here in front of me. They can't hurt me. This is loaded. I can point it on my head. It's not going to hurt me. These guns cannot kill people. I can make them kill people. Just like I could drive my car into a kid on the street and kill that kid. But my truck cannot kill a kid. Just like these guns cannot kill people. Just like the guns that guy, that crazy dude had, they cannot hurt people. But you know what? In the wrong hands they can. So my question, why did nobody in there have a gun on them to defend themselves, to defend the people around them? It's wrong. Colorado is a pretty gun-friendly state. They used to be better than, it kind of went downhill a little bit after Columbine. Denver used to be a gold star city for the NRA. You could open carry, concealed carry, whatever, and now it's pretty difficult. There's no open carrying, which you can do in other places in Colorado, most places, including here in Lakewood, including in Aurora. You can open carry a gun without a permit. So my question, why did nobody go to the gun store, buy a gun and some ammo, practice with it, and have it on them to protect themselves? Because even, what's my heaviest gun here? Here's a Springfield 1911. Heaviest gun I have here in front of me. I carry it. I trust my 1911. I carry it on me. It's heavy. You know what? It's a lot lighter than carrying a police officer on my hip, because that's what the people there apparently expected. Just the mentality of people that nothing bad can happen to me, that if something bad does go down around me, I can A, get away, or B, somebody else will be there to stop it. Nobody was there. People are dead. Families are grieving. Community is grieving. The country, people all over the world are grieving what happened. If somebody had a gun on them and knew how to use it, properly trained themselves and was ready, less people would be hurt. Less people would be hurt. I know that this video, somebody's going to watch this video and be like, you're crazy. Why do you have guns? Blah, blah, blah. Well, it's my right to protect myself. It's in the Constitution, the Second Amendment. The right to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. I have guns, I keep them, and I most certainly bear them. When I'm walking around here in Lakewood, Colorado, and as I travel about, if I can, I openly carry a gun. There's arguments as to why that's good, why that's bad. Regardless, I choose to openly carry a weapon. I spent time in the military. I've done lots of training with weapons. I'm good with them. I'm accurate. My marksmanship is on. But I also know how to retain a weapon, so I'm not worried about other people seeing it and becoming a target because I have a gun. The only target that I become when I openly carry a gun is from pedestrians walking around. They get all upset, they get uncomfortable, they get unnerving that I'm openly carrying a gun. I'm not hiding anything. I have a gun on my hip, usually my Glock 27. Probably second to that is the 1911. I got a couple of revolvers. Here's a full-size XDM. I carry these on me all the time. One gun, all the time. And the only harassment I get is from other people. From store managers saying, sir, why do you have a gun on you? Well, it's my right. I'm going to protect myself. I don't have a police officer with me, and you don't have an armed security guard escorting me around Target. So if some crazy dude decides not to go to the movie theater and to come to Target and start shooting people, I'm not going to die. My wife isn't going to die. My friends around me, and even just people I don't know around me are not going to die. These are tools to protect yourself. That is what they are for. Now, people use them for targets and shooting and stuff like that, and sport and competition. I do that also. But what it really boils down to is these are tools to protect yourself. And there's no reason why everybody doesn't have one. Unless, of course, you're a felon or something like that. Then you don't deserve to have one. But the average citizen should have a gun. They should have it on them. They should know how to use it. And they should protect themselves. I just don't want to see these headlines of crazy people with guns hurting people anymore. Protect yourself. Get a gun. Learn how to use it. If your state allows open carry and you are comfortable with that, do it. But conceal carry. Hide your weapon and be able to protect yourself. So my heart goes out to the people who were hurt or killed last night and their families and all those affected. It's a horrible tragedy. But I think the biggest tragedy, not the biggest, obviously the lives lost were the biggest tragedy, but just as much of a tragedy is the fact that nobody in that theater was concerned about what could happen. They were not prepared to stop the crazy guy who decided to pick that theater and that showtime and kill as many people as he could. I bet you if they could change it, if they could go back in time, they would have changed it. So don't be the one who's a statistic in the next gun shooting, because guns don't kill people, like I said. But the next crazy person who snaps with a gun in their hand, don't be the one who's standing by them who's a statistic, who's a splatter on the wall, because it's a tragedy. Arm yourselves. This is America. Most people don't understand that. Even a lot of Americans don't understand that, but around the world, I've been around the world, and especially in Europe, they don't understand why you need to arm yourself. But you know what? Europe has tragedies too. Terrorist attacks, people getting shot, people getting blown up. Unfortunately, they don't have the opportunity to arm themselves. That's That's a sin against humanity, in my opinion. But you know what? In America, except a few places that are less American, Illinois, Washington, D.C., etc., New York City, New Jersey, a lot of parts of California. In the real America, you can carry guns. Get a permit, get a gun, defend yourself. Do not be a statistic.